Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So it's March and it's time for our monthly budget, and I just wanted to share with you a few things and let you know where the kids and I are for the month of March. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Shakema, and I'd love to have you subscribe to our channel, love to have you be a part of our YouTube community. We're just hanging out around here. I'm a single mom raising all my kids. I've got 2 girls and 2 boys. We've got a dog. She may as well be the 3rd girl because she really does think she's human. But we are doing everything that we can around here to walk out the Dave Ramsey zero-based budget plan. That is how I budget all of my monies for the month. I am a once-a-month paid employee. I'm a school teacher by profession and a part-time YouTuber because I just enjoy YouTube. But anyway, we'd love to have you hit that red subscribe button. That way you become a part of our YouTube community, and also hit the little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. We are excited to do our March budget. Really, when I look at the numbers, I should not be able to maintain the lifestyle that I do. And that means that I don't stress out over money. There was a point in my life when I really did stress, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feed my kids, and I wasn't sure how I was going to pay the bills, and I wasn't sure about this, and I wasn't sure. But then the Lord spoke to me through a program that was happening at my church. It was about 7 to 8 years ago now, and it was Dave Ramsey and Financial Peace University. And if there was anything I needed at that time in my life, I needed financial peace. I was going through a messy divorce, and I just needed some financial peace in my life. So I took the class, and I have been doing Financial Peace University ever since. Not 100% to the law, strict. I could be doing much better, but I am thankful that at this point in my life, I am not stressed out over budgets or money, or am I going to have enough money to pay this bill? Am I going to have to borrow food money from somewhere? So let's jump into it. March is a pretty regular month for us. No special incomes necessarily coming in. I did have a work trip, so I will get a travel reimbursement from that, but I don't have it yet, so it's not allocated in these numbers. Let me tell you this, I do get child support for my children, but I do not count it in my monthly budget because it is not regular and it is not a part of what I use to pay bills. I use my monthly income for bills. So if the children get money, I may actually use some of that for groceries and definitely for things that they need. But as far as household expenses, I count my specific income. And I do share with you real numbers. I think when I'm trying to make up the numbers, I'll forget something and get it wrong. So I may as well share the real numbers. Now, I do apologize if you hear something in the background. I'm doing a load of laundry, and my laundry room is on the other side of this room right now. And I thought, let's multitask, but that might have not been the best idea. Anywho, let's jump into the numbers. So I work as a full-time teacher, and my monthly payroll deposit this month was $2,852.92, and that was after taxes. That was what I net brought home. So let me show you this sheet that I found. I'll try to link it in the description box below if I can remember it. I was just normally I use a regular Excel spreadsheet, and I do still use my regular Excel spreadsheet, but I found this one, and it's a personal budget worksheet, but I can't remember the name exactly of where I typed. I just Googled in personal financial budget sheet, and this came up. It came up as a download, and so I was just able to download it. It's an Excel file. It has all of the formulas already put in for you. It has a budgeted column, which I normally have on my sheet, and has an actual column, but at the bottom of the sheet it has different tabs. So at the bottom it has week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and a week 5. So if you click on each week, you can actually input for that week what bills you either paid, and it will calculate on your first page of spreadsheets in your actual column. So in the budgeted column, this column right here, you actually put those numbers in. So as Dave Ramsey would say, I put in the payroll deposit, and at the end of this, my income minus expenses is going to zero out for me here. So I put in everything that I believe I'm going to pay for that month. And then I go to week number 1 and I put in my actual column, and then it self-populates here on the actual column once I put it in for the week. So next week, if I go in and put in for week 2 bills, it will populate, or it will add to this actual column. So I really did like that. There were a few things I had to change because it wasn't based on the Dave Ramsey plan. It probably is loosely some kind of way, but there was some of their categories that I had to change. So under income, I have my payroll deposit, travel reimbursements, kids deposit, YouTube payments, and then repayments of any kind. If I overpaid something and I got a refund back, that's what I put there. I did put in YouTube payments. YouTube for me has really been sporadic. Part of 2017, I was getting in just a little bit of income about every month, starting probably about July. So probably about for 5 months of the year. But then it dropped off kind of November-ish, December-ish was a little bit weird. And then it was nothing for January, and then something populated for February. So it's very sporadic, and nothing has come for the month of March yet. So I didn't put anything in there, but I left a category for it. For my living expenses, or my living and housing, I have mortgage, electric, water, sewer, telephone, internet, handy-mandy, homeowners, and pest control. I have my they spray the perimeter of my house every 3 months just to keep any pests at bay. And they come, March is the month that they come. So they'll come again April, May. They'll come again in June. Under regular payments, I have student loan, Amazon Prime, PureFlix, Healthways, which is my gym, car or home insurance, life insurance, Taekwondo. I have my ministry school, CCRDU. Food expenses, I just have groceries, restaurant meals, and Weight Watchers. Personal expenses, I have personal care, hair care, and nails, clothing, doctors, dentists, prescriptions, laundry, recreation, travel, and entertainment are all in one. And then Gracie, for her food, her toys, and her bath, are in their own separate category. Under transportation, I have gas or auto expenses. I have oil, repairs and tires, license and taxes, car replacement, anything like that. And the one thing that I wanted to change, but you can't change on this sheet because they locked it, was they have a miscellaneous category, and they have church tithe and offering is under miscellaneous. To me, it is not miscellaneous. It is a regular payment. It's something that I do all the time, and I would have just liked to change that category to say charitable contributions or something like that. I just don't like my tithe being listed under miscellaneous. It bothers me. And it's also at the bottom of the page, which I always pay that first. So I actually like it at the top of the page. Just logistics. But I do like this form. And again, the only thing I filled in were some of the categories I changed because I didn't like them. So you change all of your categories on the first main budget sheet, and it changes for you through the weekly sheets. So I just changed it once. I put in my budgeted amounts, what I thought it was going to be, and then I went to week 1 and started inputting my bills. So let's get into this and talk a little bit about what it is that I did for the month. So again, I worked one Saturday school for the month of for the month of February. So I got a couple hours for Saturday school. So it gave me a total net income of $2,852.92. For the Dave Ramsey plan, I budget for the entire $2,852.92. So my tithe and offering, I tithe off of my gross income, not my net income. So if you have any questions about why it's this number, it's because I tithe off of the gross and not the net. And just so that we are on the same page, tithing in this house is off of every single dime that comes through our hands. Every dime, Jesus gets a penny. Every dollar, he gets a dime. Every 100, he gets a 10. That is my belief. It's what I've always believed, and that's what I'm going to do. It's non-negotiable in this house. Yes, I know I could take that money and put it towards debt, But had it not been for Jesus helping me and my children, I would not have the money that I have now. So that, I'm just saying that, putting that out there for anybody that's new. So for me, for my tithe and offering, is $4.88 across the top. Then we partner with another ministry, and that is $30. I have not paid that yet. I do need to get online and do that. So $30 for that ministry is what we partner. So my church tithe was $4.88, and I budgeted in $4.88, but I actually paid $4.92 because we did get $38.73 a deposit into my checking account, like the very 1st of March. So that was probably some overage or from last month, or some residual from last month. So I took $4 off of that. That's why my tithe went to $4.92 instead of $4.88. For my mortgage was $874.02, and it has been that way for the last 2 years. But this past year, I did not pay enough in my escrow, so I owed about $300 or so in escrow. So they're just going to roll it into my payment. So that took my payment up to $909.95. I had been paying $900 just on my regular payment. So I was going up by $26 every month to get it to that next 100 number. I'm still thinking I might try to up this to like $915 just to give me a little bit of something extra. Or I may try to put in a little bit extra into escrow as the next few months go along, just so I would say, hey, I put in some extra there, just so I would not be in this situation next year. And I think what happened was we had a bond. They voted on a bond about midway through the year, and I think that made our taxes go up. So they did not pull out enough, because my escrow and taxes and everything is all rolled into my monthly mortgage payment. I think my normal mortgage payment is somewhere in the $600 range, right about. And then when you count in taxes, because my taxes went up, and it was because of the bond is why. So it wasn't that I was not paying enough. I probably would have gotten a refund from escrow, but again, that bond went through, and so that drove my property taxes up a little bit. Last month, my utility bill was $176 and some change. That was about $110 more than it normally is as a regular rule. We had a lot of cold weather. We had snow, so it was up significantly. This month, it was down to $113.89, which was very helpful. So that was about $66 less than what it was last month, which really helps me out. My water bill last month was over $50, so I think it was about $56 and some change. This month it was $46.56. Now I've had a toilet in my master bathroom that kind of ran, and so we had to jiggle the handle and try to do all kinds of tricks to make it stop running. So I think that was driving my bill. But Handy Mandy did come over. She put in some new parts. It was still not working. She came back yesterday and she fixed it, and it is working just fine. So I'm hoping that my bill will stay steady at around $50 a month. So $46.56 is what I have for my water bill. I have not paid that yet, but I will do that as well. My telephone bill and my telephone insurance is $114.99. My internet is $76. I actually haven't paid that either, and I need to go on and pay that. So I'm going to make a note here for my water bill and my cable bill to go ahead and pay those too, because they need to be paid. Handy Mandy, I always put in $50. I had been putting in $60, but I put in $50 for her. She comes over and does 2 hours worth of work for me. If that might include hauling or something, she actually put up, I'll try to insert a picture here if I can, of the manger that I have in my living room now. So she put that in. She fixed the toilet. She put in a door lock for me, and she hauled off some trash yesterday. So starting in April, though, I won't have her come as often because my lawn guy will come back. So that money that I had been using for the lawn guy, I just use for house repairs. So we'll go out of house repairs for a couple of months, go back into lawn care, and then when it gets colder in the fall, then I'll go back into house repair unless I have extra income come in for her. Homeowners Association has refreshed itself, so I owe $180, and as long as I pay that by December 31st of 2018, I'm fine. I plan to pay that when I get my teaching supplement at the end of April. So not the end of this month, but the end of next month. I plan to pay the $180, or I'll pay half of it this month, $90, and half next month, $90. Pest control was $75, so they won't come again for another 3 months, so pay that bill. My student loan, here's where I had a little bit of a change. I was paying $52. I was under like a graduated payment plan, and so my time for that is out. And now instead of paying $52.29 a month, I'm paying $156. So I've had to absorb that $100 from somewhere. And so as long as my utility bill stays low and my water bill stays low, then I'm able to absorb that cost in there to pay that. It's $156.10. My Amazon Prime was $10.99. It went up to $12.99. So with tax, it was $13.99. It was $13.12. PureFlix, which is a Christian version of Netflix, was $7.99. And then my gym membership, which is called Healthways, which is through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I'll try to link that if I can as well, was $25. Going into the next thing, we have Taekwondo. We are a homeschooling family, so I teach full-time during the day, and then I come home and I teach my kids full-time in the evenings and on weekends, and so they don't have PE. So their PE is Taekwondo, and they are able to take Taekwondo 5 days a week for multiple hours a day, if that's what we so choose. And my kids are on this special teams, which is a traveling team. And so they actually go on Fridays for special teams practice, but we go Tuesday through Friday. We take Monday off as a homeschool day. And they actually get their exercise that way. And I also take Taekwondo 2 nights a week. So for the 3 of us to take Taekwondo is $325. Now I did have someone mention that I should be taking that $325 and putting it towards my debt, which I should. But the only debt that I carry is my student loan. And I'm now at about $8,100. So it is coming down. That's the only debt other than my home. I don't have a car payment. I don't have outstanding credit card bills. I do have a hospital bill that I just got the bill for it this week. So that was $2,100, and I will be paying that next week. I've saved up some money to pay that bill. So I'm going to use that savings that I had already put aside to go ahead and pay that bill, and then that will be the end of that debt. I'm still paying a little bit on my MRI for my knee, but other than that, we don't carry any debt. So yes, I could take that $325 and take 2 years off of Taekwondo and pay that student loan off, but I'm just going to pay it with side hustles. I've opened up a Poshmark closet. I'm not very active on there yet, but I'm working on it slowly, and whatever other side hustles that I can get to help pay off that debt as fast as I can. I don't feel like I can afford to take that exercise piece away from my kids. Yes, we can walk in our neighborhood and all that, but they enjoy it. And Jackson started when he was about 7. He was just turning 7 or had just turned 7, and he will be 9 in April, the end of April, and he will test for his first degree black belt in May. So over the last 2 years, he's worked very hard to get his black belt. Alana will test for her black belt in another year, and I'll test for my black belt in another year from that. So we're working hard to get healthy, to be a Taekwondo family, and it's important to me that they keep that piece. So I pay for it that way, and then if we get deposits or something, then I'll pay myself back. But if we don't, then it's paid and it's no problem. They are actually at camp today, so that is why somebody is feeling some type of way. She's just so miserable without her human. She doesn't know what to do. But they are at Taekwondo camp, and so that was an extra expense that I actually paid last month. They're at a 24-hour camp. They get to sleep overnight. They're excited. I am a part of a practical ministries program, which is $50 a month, and it's a 2-year program. I am now in Theology 103, and I just finished up 102 and 101. I will go into 104 in March. So it's every 4 weeks we go into a different subject, and it's very good so far. I'm loving it. For groceries this month, I have budgeted in $280. 20 of that will go into Weight Watchers. So that automatically comes out of my bank. And then I budget in $260 for the remainder of the month. Normally, I budget that out $65 or however much. I divide that by 4 weeks because we have 4 full weeks. Well, we have a Super Doubles event coming up at my Harris Teeter grocery store. So I'm going to shop for 3 days. And I did a small grocery shop with that $38 that I was able to get in a deposit. So I'm going to shop for Super Doubles to stock up on a lot of things. And then whatever's left out of that $260, then I will divide that out with the remaining of the weeks. Anytime we have a Super Doubles event in my area, I always shop using my budget, and then I'll divide what's left. So also my household goods come out of that. So I've been shopping at CVS, and I have to figure out how to input that money, how to input CVS money. So I'm trying to spend as less out of pocket as I can shopping at CVS. So I have 9 extra care bucks to roll starting tomorrow, and I think I'll be able to come out of there without spending any money. But I'm planning to do about $5 to $10 out of my grocery budget for CVS every week. If I can get enough extra bucks to roll, then I won't need that money. But if I want to shop at CVS, I have to allocate that money. And since I get household items, I get personal feminine items, I get razors, cleaning, house cleaning stuff, laundry soap, all of that goes into my grocery budget. Then I can pull out $5 or $10 every week to shop at CVS and get some good deals. All of my body wash, soap, hair stuff, anything that I get that is a household or personal items, all lumped into my grocery budget. So what I felt like I could do was $50 in groceries and $15 in personal items, but I don't want to give it a specific number because I may not need $15. I may be able to roll extra bucks. Like I said, I have 9 extra bucks to roll for tomorrow and some pretty good deals. So I'm going to leave it at that. I have $260 budgeted, and we'll see what the next weeks will hold. The only other thing I have under personal was for Grace, and I'll pull money out. This month she has to get her rabies vaccine, her parvo, and she has to get one more other thing. They sent us the thing in the mail, and I can't remember the last name of what it is, but she has to get some shots this month. It's her yearly exam, and it's going to be about $65. She got a free bag of dog food because when you buy 12 at our store, you get, well, when you buy 11, you get the 12th bag free. So I didn't have to buy dog food for her. And my son usually takes her for her bath, and he pays for her bath. So I have $60 that I'm going to pull out when it's time to take her to the vet. She goes to the vet on 23rd. And so I'm going to just do my debit card for her shots. And I'm going to be okay with that. So the only other thing, let me make sure that I went over everything. It was a pretty simple month for us this month. I didn't have a lot. Like I said, next month for April, I will get my supplement. And normally supplement time, I try to take the kids on a big shop for spring and summer things. They get a new pair of shoes. I do have a travel reimbursement. I think it's like $161. So I will tithe off of that. And I will try to take at least $100 to put towards my student loan. But here's the thing. So I had some unexpected expenses come up, so I had to take money out of my emergency fund. We had an emergency in our area, so I pulled some funds out to donate to that, and so I do have to get that back up to $1,000. So I'm probably going to put that money towards that. And then I'm still waiting for my taxes to come in. I filed my taxes. I have some car maintenance that needs to get done. I'm going to use that money for car maintenance. And then I'm going to chunk into my emergency fund what's left out of taxes. I do have to pay taxes for North Carolina, but I got a little bit back from federal, and I mean, it was a little bit. Thank God I got something back. I'm always thankful for that. So I have enough to pay my taxes for North Carolina and enough to get my car serviced. I have to have my timing belt changed, and I have to have some seals changed. And I just can't justify. There's no room in my budget for a car payment. So I cannot justify getting a new car right now. The car we have is a 2001 Toyota Camry. It gets us where we need to go. It doesn't even get me from point A to point B. It's been a good car for us. I used to have a Toyota Corolla that was really small, and my kids started to grow. So the more leg room they needed, I needed a bigger car, and we did get the Camry. I was able to pay cash for that, and so that is paid for. But I just need to, I always keep my oil changed. I get tires. So I try to keep the maintenance updated on that so that I'm not trying to buy a new car. But I will be saving for a van. The kids and I just need a van or some type of a small SUV. But I need that third seat. If not for the kids to sit in, but for the trunk space. Because in the back of my car, I have 3 Taekwondo bags, and the Taekwondo bags are so big that I can't fit anything else in there. So whenever I do groceries, I have the groceries on top of the Taekwondo bags. So I think if I had a van, then I could at least, and I want the one that has the fold down seats. It doesn't have to be a 2018, but I would like to have the seats fold down so I don't have to worry about taking a seat out of the van if we needed to go somewhere. But I could put the seat down in the back. The kids could still sit in the middle seat, and Alana is now old enough to sit in the front. But I would be able to put the Taekwondo bags in there and still have room for groceries or whatever else. If we needed to take Grace, it would still be enough room for her. Right now, if we have to get her in the car with us as well, I can't get her crate into the car because it is too large. I can't fit the crate and the kids in the car. So I'd have to take a travel crate with her. And we don't crate her in the car. It's just we're thinking about going on vacation. And if we want to go out sightseeing, we don't just leave her out. We still we have to keep her crated so she's not being destructive. And she's not a destructive dog, but we keep her especially if we're going to somebody else's house and she's not familiar with their things. We don't want her to destroy anything. She does very well. She's a very well-mannered dog. She gets a little, if she doesn't know you, she's not friendly. But for the most part, she is a good puppy, and we love her. So anywho, that is my monthly sheet. So let me show you what the weekly sheet looks like. And this is what I loved about this new spreadsheet that I'm using. So what I did was, for each category, I just went in. This is just for week 1, and you'll notice it just says Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I put in what day I spent money. So $75 on Thursday was for the pest control because they came and left the notice on the door because I wasn't here Wednesday. So then you pay it on Thursday. I got paid Wednesday, so I went down and paid all the bills that needed to be paid. And this does say for the week 1 for the month of March. And then, like I said, next week if I have to pay something, I will click on week 2. So that is pretty much the month. And I do have cash. I went to get cash from my bank. Normally what I would do now, after I've sat down and done my budget, then I will put out my cash categories, and then I'll go to the bank and I'll ask them for the specific denominations that I need for each week. And I went and I got cash. And so I've spent some cash. Mandy came, so she got money yesterday. And I had I forgot my blow money. Blow money was $38.38 because that was just what was left over. And I like to go to Goodwill, and I am trying to only go to Goodwill once a month, which is when I get paid and I have some blow money to go to Goodwill. So right now I'm just going to count out grocery money and see. Let me make sure. I'm thinking that it's just grocery money. Let me make sure that I'm not overlooking something. Okay, so I know I'm going to put $30 to the side for something. Okay, so I think that I have this right now. So I went to the Goodwill, so I spent my $38.38, but it was actually a little bit more than that. So I used some of the grocery money that I had because I wanted to use cash. I didn't want to write a check. I just wanted to use cash. So for this week's groceries, because it's a super doubles, I'm going to do $50 for the next 3 days. And if that's not enough, I'll pull from the next 3 weeks of groceries. So I'm only stuffing grocery envelopes this. I'm going to use my Recollections wallet, and I'm going to be using the envelopes that I got from Mom Needs a Clone. Still love these. Still love these. They're like my fave. And I'm going to be stuffing in. Handy Mandy's already been paid because she came yesterday. So she got paid already. So I'm stuffing in $60 for next week groceries. And then $60 for weeks 3 groceries. And then another $60 for week 4 groceries. And then what I will do, so that's done, then I will take the I have $50 because I had to pull a little bit from here to pay for my Goodwill, because I just did not want to. I didn't want to write a check. I just didn't want to do that or use my debit card. So I'm going to just try to stay on the straight and narrow. And I'm going to put that into my wallet. And in my wallet, I have these little divider tabs that have, you know, the categories on it. See, that's groceries. So I'm putting that behind that divider tab. And so this is what it just looks like this. I've got these little divider tabs in there. Right, you see those. And then I've got, oh, there's some more money. I think that's some tithe money I need to, I think that's a couple of tithe dollars. I can't remember where I got it from, but I know that's what it's for church. So anyway, and here's my new wallet that I got from Walmart. But let me just tell you, y'all, I got too much stuff. But this reminds me of the Savvy Sense wallet. It's not a Savvy Sense wallet. I just got it from Walmart. And it's very pretty, but it's not big enough to hold all my stuff because I have a lot of cards. So I'm thinking about just getting a separate little wallet for the, because I have library cards from 2 counties because I homeschool and I work in this county, but we usually go to the bigger library in the next county over. So I've got their library cards. I've just got all kinds of just rewards cards for my grocery stores and stuff. So I'm thinking if I take some of those out, I'll be able to get everything fit in here. And so this just has a little bit of change, but see, I can't even get the change out because it's just so full. But I love the mint color. So, you know, I may find another one someplace. If not, I'll use the old one that I had because this it works well. It's just full of cards. Just holding our cards and stuff. So anyway, this is done. I'm going to shove this in my purse because I will be shopping tomorrow at Harris Teeter because 3 days super double event does start tomorrow. This is my so this is our budget for the month. If you are interested in this budget sheet, I will leave a link in the description box to where you can find it. I simply clicked on the link, it downloaded as an Excel spreadsheet, and what I did was I just saved the regular document, and then as I started typing in, I gave it a new file name, so I always have the blank document to start each month over fresh. And again, this gives you the month view. It also has an extra tab on the front that tells you how to use the spreadsheet. And then it gives you the month view, which you just fill in the budget column, and then it gives you each week, and for each week you fill in your amounts and it populates into your first sheet, your actual column for you. So I really like this one, and I hope you do as well. If you like this video, be sure and give us a thumbs up. It just says, hey, we like your video. If you're new to our channel, hit the red subscribe button. We love to keep you as a part of our YouTube community. And also hit the little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel. And until the next Dave Ramsey video, bye now. So here's some bonus footage. Check out. She mad. She upset. She feels some type of way. She's sleeping. Because her humans ain't here. Ma'am. 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 She's ignoring me. Really? Ma'am. Hey, lovely. Ma'am. No. She's like, no, Mom. I think I'm going to take her on a walk just so she can stretch her legs and figure out what's outside of her little chair. Oh, look. Oh. She's like, I hear you talking about me, Mom. Not cool. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye.